kindest thing I've done for someone?
Yeah.
Come on now, that's a hard one. Come on. Yeah.
I went to a party one time in college, and I found my friend who was a girl passed out on the ground.
Well, it's kind of, might be a little depressing, but I work in a hospital, and there was this really old man. He was on hospice. His family didn't make it in time, so I held his hand as he passed away.
We think that she'd got like some GHB or something, so I carried her like 2 miles back to her dorm.
I don't know. I guess I helped a bird. I saved a bird's life. I don't know.
There was an old man, and he was like struggling down like the street, and he just asked me to help him tie his shoe, so I did that, and then I just helped him walk to the butcher's, and then just helped him walk to get a lift. A friend of his was picking him up.
My grandfather's best friend's wife was dying of Alzheimer's disease, and the people that she picked to look after her weren't very good at looking after her, and so I promised that I would, and I did that for the better part of, I guess, 5 years out of the last 7 or so. Every day, with everything I had.
Wow.
It worked out really good, and I took plenty from it, and learned a lot about life and all sorts of things. So.
Someone asked me for gas last week, and I gave them like almost $10.
Ayudar a cruzar la calle.
Oh my gosh, when I was at work, somebody was blind and I was helping them shop for their significant other.
Serve my country, I guess.
Help someone back on the road, fix a tire.
So I had a friend in college who had been through like a lot of stuff in his life, just seemingly one of those people that every shitty thing happened to, and then he also kind of increased it with like addiction to drug and alcohol. And the moment sticks out to me that we were hanging out with him and his roommate, and they had this great relationship where they just kind of bantered with each other and gave each other shit. And he was talking about how he has scars on his arms from cutting and stuff, and how whenever he goes to like a medical service place or like goes to get blood drawn, they always really judge him for it. Okay. And he was like, yeah, the nurses like judge me. And this was like my first time meeting him, and I was just like, oh God, I'm so sorry. That's really shitty. Yeah. And I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I could tell that no one had ever had that response before. So he just looked at me and he was like, oh, thanks for saying that. And yeah, so I guess that's not like a traditional nice gesture, but I could tell it meant a lot to him.
Well, that's all that matters.
Yeah. So that's what came to mind. But.
I think the kindest thing I've ever done is just to love somebody.
I buy coffee for people at the Circle K. If there's somebody in line that's just buying coffee or small things, I'll go pay for them and just leave before they can say anything.
I actually carried her bike 5 flights up to our apartment, and it's not like a small bike, it's like a mountain bike, but I did it for her because the elevator was broken.
I bought a car for a resident in a domestic crisis shelter that I was on the board of directors for.
I've never thought about that question, so you're really making me think here. I want to make sure I give a good answer.
That's good, take your time.
Yeah, I'm going to take my time here. It would probably be pray for someone that they got the thing that I wanted. I think that was the kindest thing I ever did for them, and so I prayed for them to get it. So I was trying to give it up, from my heart.
Feed them when they ain't got no money. Let them live in my house. When they got kicked out of their house, rent free at that, because it's expensive to live out in the Bay Area for sure. Other than that, probably just be a support for them, honestly.
The kindest thing I've done for someone. One time I bought a guy, I'm a pharmacist, and he came in and he was homeless and he had this job interview coming up, so I bought him all kinds of shower stuff to get ready for his interview.
I would say I try to do something kind for at least one person every single day. If it's buying someone food that can't afford it, or helping out friends on a daily basis that need a lending hand, just whatever I can do to help out.
Gave him a nice compliment.
Helping my sister with a child who's got cancer.
I've helped some people get a job and change their career.
It's a tough one. I bought my friend a round of drinks. That's the most recent nicest thing I did.
I guess a recent example, I worked as an EMT for a long time, and I guess when I'm out in the world, every now and then I'll see a medical emergency that happens in real life, and a lot of people will just kind of walk by or, aren't sure what to do, and I guess I always think it's kind of my responsibility to do something just because I have the capability.
We donated a huge order for the Special Olympics.
I bought somebody a Coke the other day who was asking just for money.
Actually, we helped someone out today. We give them some dollars, but he also helped us out as well to get to the airport to pick up our rental car.
Kindest thing I've done for somebody? I bought somebody a meal one time.
Yeah, so I mean, it's interesting that you would do this project though, because that's a very good question to ask. It makes people think about it.
What do we do? You're gonna say mine.
I'm gonna say yours.
Okay, so you're gonna say the kindest thing she's done for you, and you'll say the kindest thing she's done for you.
I'll go first.
Okay.
She is my sister.
Okay.
Her name is Juliana, and I'm Teresa. And you have done many kind things for me in my life, but the most recent one is she came out, and actually for our family. Our grandmother is kind of struggling, and she passed away recently, and she came out to be a support to our mother and the family. And I have a hard job, and so she has been cleaning my
She's
place.
a doctor, so she has no person.
Cleaning my place and like doing all of my laundry and just cooking meals every night and spending time, and you've been very kind to me.
Let's see.
I'm not a kind person, so she's struggling.
Yeah, she's the older sister, so I just got a lot of beat downs. No, I think the kindest thing she's ever done is listen to me without judgment. So if ever I have an issue, I know that I can come to her, and it can be the wackiest thing or the hardest thing, and she's there to listen.
Oh. Anyway, thank you.
That's so good. Thank you guys.